Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to the finale review of the Genius Prince's episode, the Genius Prince's Guide to Raising a Nation Out of Debt, episode 12, The Prince Who Sells Kingdom as Expected. And also, it was a very funny finale for this, that left me satisfied because even if we get possible season 2, okay, I'm looking forward to that. Possible though. But if not, though, I'm perfectly fine how the way it ended, though, because it was such a very funny way, though. But it's like with my dress up darling. That I definitely want a season 2 of. I definitely need a season 2 for that. But here, if there's no season 2 for it, I'm perfectly fine with it. If possible, I'd like to see a second season for this. But Genius Prince's Guide to Raise a Nation Out of Debt, episode 12. Like I said, it was a very funny way of ending it. Like how the last episode, how Wayne just got played by this King Greer. He was a very interesting guy. He's a very interesting character, and I have enjoyed this character, especially up until this whole episode, you know. And he's been a very interesting character, and I have enjoyed this guy. And afterwards, but first thing is that before I get into him, Zenobia and Prince Wayne. They were to go talk to the mayor Cedrus, who talks of being he wants to be, he has a plan to donate the recaptured Martin land to the Levitate Church. Yeah, that's basically what his whole plan was, because he wants to become a holy elite, be a part of the holy elite, and he thinks that he has Zenobia in the bag as well, but Prince Wayne has another thing up his sleeve, and has another plan up his sleeve where he says that basically I do the same thing. I can send you refugees to your place. Send my people his refugees, right? And that's about 80,000 people, which the shock of Mayor Sergis's reaction, his whole reaction to this whole thing of Wayne's plan was just outstanding, King Greer is the only guy who basically who can outplay Wayne. But Wayne can still outplay everybody else, but not King Greer. But he says the whole thing, which he tells a lie about this, like how Sergis's people, like the yellow clothing that they wear is acting like a slow poison, which basically that doesn't exist though. He was just saying that though, but still the fear into the guy. So yeah, it's a slow acting poison. It's in the clothing that the people are wearing, and they'll die. And he has an antidote for it. So this whole. And the guy thinks he's making this up, but he's just shaking in fear of how manipulative this guy is. Even Zenobia was surprised how the cruelty of Wayne is. What he'll do to his own people. He's willing to do that to his own people. But Wayne says he treasures his people, especially with his sister and all that stuff. And they said they're pulling the whole thing what Wayne's little sister did a couple episodes back, with the refugees. That's what he's planning to do. And the guy's whole plan was outstanding. He's playing this guy like a fiddle, and eventually the guy agrees to it. Sorry. But the main thing about is King Greer. As I said, he's the guy who can only guy who outsmarted Wayne, and he's out on the front lines, taking it to battle. And you think that this guy is just a lazy king, always eating, right, an obese guy, right? But actually, he does pretty good in battle. He takes out a lot of Wayne's soldiers left and right. And then eventually, when him and his army, they get up to the gold mine we saw from the beginning of the show. And also, we get a little nice to see the computer generated, like when they make the plan, how it shows the animation of the soldiers like a chess game, right? Which like little characters that's like chess pieces, right? That move in, to imagine the strategy, right, for the plan. nice to see that little bits of animation right there too again. And sorry, I drew a blank there for a second. And once again, just part of Wayne's plan, where making his troops withdraw, and it's when Greer thinks he's got it. The prince is out there himself, and then Nim gets a strike on him, and he's captured. The king has fallen, but he's captured though. And then it jumps to some time later, where because the king has a fast metabolism and is due to stress and disorder, right? We see that the king, he becomes really thin, really thin. But he's still eating, but he becomes a really thin guy, which is like, wow. Some time must have passed, and then he's just now a thin guy now, and then Wayne wants him to sign a peace negotiations, and he says, nah. Either I'm not gonna. He's basically saying like, no, Prince Wayne, I'm not gonna give you the satisfaction. I'm just gonna die right here. If war's gonna break out, it doesn't matter what happens to me because I'll be dead and gone. So that'll be your problem to handle. So I'm gonna sit here, enjoy my life right here, and die basically. And it's upsetting Wayne because, like I said, this king made it very interesting because I didn't expect this guy to be that manipulative, to try to outsmarting Wayne, because Wayne throughout this whole show, he's been most of the one who's been constantly winning at the manipulation of the people and all that stuff, right? And now a guy who's just basically is now flipped the table on Wayne, though. But he says he'll do it, though. He'll go back home and sign whatever the agreement he has with Wayne for one condition. He wants to tell Wayne. He wants Wayne to tell him what his inner beast is. What's in his heart. Tells him what he wants in his heart, basically. And we don't hear it because we see Wayne tell what he wants to the King Greer, and we see Greer has this shocked look on his face, but it's muted though. We don't hear what Wayne says though, so we don't know what he says. But and then also he'll sign it because he eventually wants to hear. He can't wait to see what that happens, right? So that's why he'll sign it, right? So that's why he'll sign it because he wants to see that happen. In which basically now, if you guys been following up on the show, sorry about that. But if you've been following up the show, been watching this like I have been, and you've enjoyed the show, what do you think that Wayne said to King Greer? Now, here's what I think. I think because, like I said before, how much in his heart he likes Nim, right? I think he told the king is that he wants to have a leisurely life, living with just him and Nim. Basically maybe he wants to marry Nim, but get together with Nim and live a leisurely life, just them two. Maybe that's what I think. What he told the king. That was muted out. That's what I think. But if you guys would think otherwise, what do you think he told the king? I'm just saying that was muted out. And like I said, the king is like outside because I want to enjoy I want to stick around and see if that happens, right? So, and then now because of that, now back at his place, in his office, he's now frustrated now because all the stuff that he did. Because also, what happened to that Surges guy, he did everything he could, but it cost his political career, and everything else, the peace stuff and everything else, is now almost broke Wayne. His kingdom almost gone broke, and Nim's like smiling at him. You know what? You got a lot of paperwork to do. Let's get to work, and then Wayne ends like just. I just want to sell the kingdom. I just want to sell the kingdom now. Basically. And I want to sell the kingdom and just go away. So, yeah, and this Nim is just standing there smiling But like I said before, I think she yeah, she enjoys she enjoys Wayne's misery like that though. But at the same time, like I said, Nim cares about him. Like I said, we both know in their hearts they both like each other, but they can't because of Nim's, her people, whatever, But we know they both like each other. And I think Nim gets enjoyment for that. That's the way she enjoys what about Wayne seeing him be like that. It's fine. But yeah, like I said, Wayne, him getting outsmarted by King Greer. King Greer is the guy. He's like, it was something political, whatever. How he wanted to know what was in his inner beast was. He was just asking what he wanted in his heart. Then I'll do the whole agreement thing. And this is a guy who's he's the only guy who can outplay Wayne. Which that made him a very interesting character. I would say a very memorable character in this series. Even though he came in very late in the game, though, but still, it makes him a very memorable character. But yeah, the finale of the Genius Prince's Guide to Raise a Nation Out of Debt, I enjoyed it. It was very, very satisfying, but also very funny ending as well. Although I'd still like to see if Nim and Wayne got together or something like that, but if it was possible for a season 2, or it's fine. But if they ended the way it is, it's fine by me too. So, but I've enjoyed the series. It was a very funny and awesome series. Like I said, a very smart character. He's like a prince, a young prince who is very smart, a genius though, but at the same time he's very selfish, pretty much an a-hole basically. Wanted nothing to do with the kingdom. He just wants to live a lazy life, But at the same time, be with Nim at the same time though. But everything is going wrong from him. Keeps getting praised by his people. Some plans go as the way he doesn't want to, but it's the thing that he uses his smarts though to pretty much almost outplay everybody except for King Greer. So, but yeah, he was such a great character, and Nim was a great character too. But the King Greer, he was a very memorable one too. He's pretty much the only guy who can outplay Wayne. But yeah. But yeah, the finale of the Genius Prince's Nation, the Genius Prince's Guide to Raise a Nation Out of Debt, the finale, episode 12. Really enjoyed it. And now, hopefully by the next video, maybe we'll talk about what other upcoming anime that I would like to review. So, but this here, the Genius Prince's Guide to Raise a Nation Out of Debt. It was a very fun series. Loved it. Like I said, I put my Dress Up Darling above this though because because of our characters, the chemistry between Gojo and Marin. That's what made that show so fun and made me love that series a lot. And I want a season 2, like I said. That's the series I demand for a season 2 for. But that's one my Dress Up Darling. That's one I definitely want a season 2 for. But if they don't make a season 2 for this show, though, I'm fine with it, though, because it was a very fun series, though, regardless, though. But that's I put My Dress Up Darling above this, though, because I had more things I liked about than this one, though. But doesn't mean I disapprove of this show in any way. It was very fun. It was awesome. It was just a wild ride for our character Wayne. But yeah, thumbs up for this show. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed me reviewing this series of the Genius Prince's Guide to Raise a Nation Out of Debt. So hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next video, and we'll see you all later.